So, suit up and show up. Robbie Motter taught us that too. You gotta suit up, you gotta show up and be there and be present and keep your commitments. So, well done, well done, well done. Now, this next speaker, I'm so looking forward to hearing from her because one of my audacious confidence tips is about the alter ego, and I talk about putting on that other self, that self when you feel that you're not good enough, strong enough, you can't do it, that you step into that power of your alter ego, which, by the way, if I can tell you a little secret, is really who you are. But you have so much on top of you that you can't really shine. So her speech, Miss Lisa Hopkins, as she comes to the stage, is the Wonder Woman behind two masks. So I'm excited to hear about that. Welcome Lisa to the stage, everyone.
I was taught at a young age to always hide behind a mask. I was that little girl who was abused by a close family member at a young age of 3, which caused me to have post-traumatic stress disorder, which I had blocked from my memory until my mid-40s. It was not that one trauma that affected me. It was what happened afterwards. I was rejected and not believed by my family, nor did I get any help from anyone from outside my family. I was taught how to hide my pain behind this mask. As I was taught, don't worry, just be happy. Happiness to a child suffering is as elusive as the rare legacy of the blue rose. You can't be happy if you don't feel happy. So I chose to get rid of the mask. Woo. Thank you. After years of being unhappy in my 30s, I surrendered my pain to the cross. I was determined to be happy whether my family supported me or not. So I got professional help, and it all began with the childhood triggers that was buried deep into my soul. The counselor would not start with my childhood trauma. He started where I was at, and then he worked me backwards. I began to peel my onion layer by stinky layer. All on my own, my choice was simple: to be weak or to be strong, to be a victim or be victorious, remain a child or become at the age of 4, thinking that it would help my self-esteem. But instead, I learned I had dyslexia when I had my very first trigger, which was at the first Women of Achievement pageant in 2016. This occurrence made me aware that I had a speech impediment that I knew that I had as a child, but later in life I found out I suffered from a learning disability. My family never got me help for the learning disability either. So entering that pageant at age 4 did not help my self-esteem from a trauma that happened to me at age 3. Then my parents would have my brother, who was 5 years younger, help me with my schoolwork. And in the end, my mom and him would call me stupid. As you know, we humans tend to follow familiar patterns. So I chose a husband who was the same as my mom and my brother. Hearing them all call me stupid, I still realized I wasn't happy. And I had to find my happiness. So I chose to get a divorce. I was determined to dig deeper in the dirt to find the seed of happiness that needed to blossom within me. My parents knew about the trauma and the learning disabilities. However, they did not know how to deal with it. It's hard to accept that the ones who are supposed to love and care for you are not capable of doing so. That was my last one. I found my seed of unhappiness, but I can change to regrow it to happiness. Wonder Woman is tired and does not need to fight anymore. I peeled my onion. I dug it into the dirt and planted my seed of happiness. However, I'm not there yet, but it's growing. I finally found my uniqueness and my path to happiness. What is now growing as uniqueness like no other, it's me. It is my happiness. But when I was able to take one mask off, I had to put another mask on. But the difference between these two masks is the first one, I had no reconciliation with my parents. The second mask, on the other hand, gave me reconciliation with my dad, who has now apologized for not being there for me as a child. Now, due to being isolated like I was as a child, I was able to forgive him and now be there for him. This is to lead both of us to a path of healing and happiness. All of this during a pandemic has led me to feeling safe, but now I can't show affection just like my dad could not show affection for me as a child. Growing from my new roots, I was able to start an online boutique and become a model for Victoria Henley, and I have my first TV segment this month with her. Which now